Hello, and welcome back to vidIQ, where today we are taking a look into your YouTube channels. We are going to look at your thumbnails. We're going to look at your titles. We're going to see what you got going on in your channel, and then see how we can get people to hopefully click on your videos. And then tomorrow, we're actually going to look at those videos, and we're going to dive even deeper. And once they click on them, we're going to hope that they stay till the end. If you didn't know, on Wednesdays, we do video reviews, so join us for that. But right now, we're going to be doing channel reviews. And I say we because I'm not alone. Today is Jeff. How's it going?
Doing well, man. How you doing?
Good. And Viper.
Yo, what's going on? Before we get started, a lot of you all have been commenting about how you want us to go back to doing contests on Twitter to get you guys maybe possibly in for channel reviews and video reviews. So we're going to start doing that. I did this 2 weeks ago. I meant to do this last week, but I forgot. Apologies to the winners of last week. But today, we are going to be doing a channel review for one of the winners of the thumbnail contest that I held 2 weeks ago. If you guys didn't win, that's fine, because I'm going to be doing another thumbnail contest on Twitter this Thursday. So instead of me auditing your thumbnails on Thursday, you all are going to audit each other's thumbnails, and then whoever you vote for the most likes on their thumbnail, they will win a video or channel audit of their choice, whichever one they want to do. So that's how we're doing this. We're going to do this like probably once or twice a month. And it'll give you guys a chance to have another way to get your channel or video reviewed here on the channel. So I'm excited about it. So let's go, baby.
Yes, that's coming up in just a little bit. What we want to do first is let you know, especially if you're new, how this live stream works. There is a bit of a process here. If you do want your channel reviewed, or you want to see other channels getting reviewed, then you'll need to just stay aware of how this works, which is here.
Welcome to the vidIQ channel reviews live stream. Simply fill in the correct form in the video description and your channel will be considered for review during a live stream. Channel reviews are free, so no need to send us a super chat, and don't spam us in the live chat. We'll ignore it and you may be put in timeout. After the live stream, don't forget to download the vidIQ extension, where you can get a custom channel audit, daily ideas, and an AI-powered video title generator. Link is in the description. If you submit your channel for review, expect the following. We are sharing nothing more than our knowledge, experience and passion as fellow creators. Thank you to all of our moderators who help us out on the live stream every week. You know who you are. Give us a like if you enjoy this live stream, subscribe if you love it, and share it with like-minded fellow creators. All right, let's get started.
All right, so thank you everybody for being here. Now, I did put a poll in our live stream today, and I asked, how many videos have you uploaded to YouTube? And it looks like the answer that I expected to have did win. 74% of you have uploaded more than 10 videos, which we love to see. But there are a number of you here that have uploaded no videos, 1 to 5 and 6 to 10 videos. So just starting out on your YouTube journey, no matter where you are, this should be very, very, very helpful to you today. So thanks for taking part in that poll. Cool. All right, you guys ready to get started on the first channel?
Yeah.
Right. The first channel that's submitted on our non-gaming form, link down below, was Cat Chat, Law and More.
Oh,
So we got a legal channel here. Well, Viper, I'll let you kick us off because you sounded excited.
no, this is the person that has been interacting with me a few times on Twitter lately. So yeah, I was actually taking a look at the channel a day or so ago. So yeah, it looks like they are doing law content, but it looks like they may be doing reaction content as well. The first thing that I'll say is that some of the thumbnails are a little too busy for my liking. Yeah, a little bit too much text on some of these. So as I tell you guys all the time with thumbnails, less is more. Simplify it. My rule, and I know this is not always possible and it doesn't always apply, but my rule, and I even heard other creators say this, 3 words or less on your thumbnail, 3 words of text or less on the thumbnail, just to keep it simple. Because again, I should be able to look at your thumbnail and relatively within like 5 seconds, give it an idea of what the video is going to be about. And when you have like all this text on the thumbnails like this sometimes, or you got too much going on, it's hard for me to decipher what's going on that quickly. And if I have to work for it, I'm not working for it. And if I'm not working for it, a viewer's not working for it. So the idea is to not make the viewer do more work than what is really makes sense for them to get into what you're trying to give them. So simplify your thumbnails. And I think that's where we can start with this particular channel.
What about you, Jeff? What's standing out?
Yeah, no, I agree on what he was saying here about some of the text can be first too many words, and then sometimes the text can be really small with a lot of wasted space. Like there's this third one from the second one from the left here, Idaho murder suspect footage. There's these huge gaps of gray where they made a different choice in like the font and the actual letter size. They could have filled up that space a little bit better. So just some of the elements in design, and mind you, this takes time, right? We're not all thumbnail experts when we start out, so we have to give them a little bit of leeway here. But I would definitely be looking at take inspiration from other channels that are doing really, really well as far as thumbnail wise, to get some ideas on what actually works. Or even like the latest, or the one from 8 days ago, which is this the best dog bowl fight ever? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's too many words. It's just too many words. I think if you can find a way of saying that with 3 or less words, that would probably be your best bet. And then also the one here, what was King Charles' Christmas speech? What was in the King's speech? That text is so tiny that it's almost legible. And also the Christmas message, for cat chat, it just, sometimes we're using text here and it's just too small. So we have to be careful with that. And then, just like I said, a bit of research is really going to go a long way here, because that's literally how I figured out personally how to get my own thumbnails to look better and to make more sense, was by looking at what successful channels were doing, not only in my space of like headphones and stuff, but also in general tech, to get an idea of simplicity and sort of what's working. And a bit of research can really go a long way here.
Yeah. I'm in agreement with all of your points. I think from both of you, I think for me, there's a little bit too much work to be done in terms of guessing what the video is about. And a great example is the Prince Harry would do this for $20 video. I kind of need to know a tease for what would he do for $20? And it's not enough to get me to click on the video. I'm just this is like one of those thumbnails and titles that I'm just going to scroll by, because it's not enough as being teased. Like, even if it wasn't true, like if it was him scooping up dog poop or doing something semi-related to the subject in the video, it would have given me a little bit more than the weird caricature picture. I can never say that word. The cartoony images of Harry and Meghan, and then the text that kind of just repeats the title. So I want to see more from all of these that don't bury the lead so much. It's good to tease things that are in a video. It builds intrigue, it gets people to click. But when you tease the entire video, sometimes that doesn't really work. I think there's certain cases for it, but I think what you'll see with a lot of those is that people do more with their thumbnail to bolster that title. They're looking at the title and they're going, what would he do? And he's actually physically doing an activity in the thumbnail that kind of, sends your brain into that light bulb moment of like, oh, like that's really interesting. I didn't realize that a royal would, do something like that, and that's going to get people to click. They want to learn more about it. So I'm not saying to reveal all the sauce in videos like that, but I am saying that you need to give a little bit more to get me to click. Yep. So cool. I think we covered this from like a few different perspectives. Obviously, if you followed us for any amount of time, you probably know that we love working with Emily D. Baker. That's one channel that is in a similar space that you could absolutely look to for inspiration. There are a few law channels out there that do some really good work. I'd be looking at their thumbnails, their titles. You are covering similar subject matter, so it is not unfair to think like, hey, like what can I do to kind of get my thumbnails more in line with what they're doing?
Yeah, and there's a ton of different legal channels, and they all take so many different angles on it. Because Emily's one, you have Legal Eagle doing a kind of a different thing, even though it's a law channel as well, but they're in a completely different type of space. Right. Same thing for like Ian Corzine. So there's so many different like styles that it's definitely worth looking at some of those other channels and familiarizing yourself with how do they approach this? What's the tack that they're taking? What's working for them and what isn't?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we'll move on to the first gaming channel now that's submitted on our gaming form. There are 2 forms down below. You got to make sure you fill out the right one. And if you're kind of in between, like a game developer, do your best. We think game developers fall into the non-gaming category, but it's okay if you submit on the right one, or what you deem as the right one, as long as you don't submit to both. So Emerald Lord, 144 subscribers, playing some Minecraft, and has been uploading semi-consistently with a number of videos in the last few weeks. And I think for me, this is going to be a case of let's play-itis. Maybe that's the term I'll start using for channels like this. Let's play-itis. Let's play-itis, as I'm working to describe it right now for the first time, is when somebody makes content in a video game where it's simply just them playing the game, and they don't put a lot of work into the title, the thumbnail. It's clear from the first-time viewer's perspective that you didn't really plan this content out before you hit record. And these days, that is incredibly hard to sell to an audience. There are channels who you might view who you feel like are getting away with doing it, and that's either because they've been doing it a long time and they have a well-established background, or they are putting a lot of work into their content, and it's just you're kind of not seeing through that veil they've created. You know, it's to you it looks like a general let's play, but underneath the surface goes hours and hours of work just into the concept of the video. They haven't even hit record yet. That's the level of competition, especially in Minecraft, that you are up against. So when I see channels like this, that's what I deem as a let's play itis. We're talking about season 1, let's play Minecraft, you know, super flat mega base episode 1. We're not really getting a clear image of what your super flat mega base looks like. I see the floor that you built, but there's no work done on the actual thumbnail. You're not using custom thumbnails. So lots and lots and lots of things for you to improve upon. It's good that you're making a lot of content. It's good that you're passionate about Minecraft. This is exactly how I started out on YouTube, with videos not too dissimilar from your own in terms of title and thumbnail. I was just kind of putting content out there with a game that I enjoyed at the time. But eventually, things got a lot better for me when I started to plan out my content. So your title, your thumbnail should all be about something. Something should be happening in this video. And right now, it doesn't feel like anything is happening in any particular video. I'm going to refer you to the links down below in the description. We have a number of links. I've updated these recently. If you are gaming channels in particular, we just have a bunch of content for gaming channels. And I've spent years now making this content, trying to help gaming channels get through this first hurdle. Get rid of let's play itis, all that stuff. So I don't want to go over the same exact advice you're going to hear in those very nicely constructed videos that are way shorter than what I'm about to go into. So if you hear me mention let's play itis throughout this live stream, just know those links are down below, and they're going to be very, very helpful to you. I recommend the latest video for starting a gaming channel in 2023 because we go over the newest strategies for conquering this. So best of luck to you. And we will get on to the next channel that's submitted. I believe, Jeff, you picked this one. It's Scrappers Detailing. They've got over 500 subscribers. And it looks like they clean cars.
Yeah. So, detailing service. So for people who don't want to do it themselves, or maybe you do, but also there's a couple of different audiences for this type of content, right? There's people who are trying to figure out, like, what are the techniques that these guys use so that I can clean my car, or you enjoy the OCD satisfaction of watching something that's absolutely freaking filthy become like new again. And so there's two different audiences for this. I fall under both categories personally. This is why I like these types of channels. But I really like what they're doing. 600 subscribers is nothing to scoff at because views-wise, they're actually doing fairly well for a channel of their size. Take a look at this. 577 views on a video from 4 days ago on a channel with 600 subs. Not bad. Not bad at all.
That's really good.
Yeah, so there's just some minor things I think that they need to work on. Mostly would be the thumbnails. I like where they've been going with the last two because they're doing this kind of before after. Yeah. I think more than anything else, I think they need to sort of land on a font and color scheme for the text to start bringing things sort of together, right? Because some of them have green, this one has like pink, some of them have white, there's yellow. So I think they need to kind of decide which way they want to go and sort of start sticking to it. Because one of the things that I would like to see would probably be blue. Because considering that if you look at their logo, and I believe it's also on their banner, that I think that blue, like that light blue, could really work well at sort of bringing a style together for their thumbnails, at least as far as the text is concerned. But I'll digress to you guys.
In my opinion, not this font.
Not the font, the color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like either of the fonts. I don't like this font for this is fine for your banner. I'm saying for your thumbnails, and I don't love the font you're currently using for your thumbnails. It's a bit, but maybe it's just because it's small. Like if it was larger, I might be fine with it.
Yeah.
Viper, what are you seeing?
I'm looking at the thumbnail. It's hard to tell what's going on. Even like Jeff said, even in the most recent ones where they're doing a before and after, it's kind of hard to tell that there's a before and after because the texting's in the way. Mm-hmm. So it's hard for me to tell that it's a before and after. So I'm just going to need you to try to better optimize your thumbnail so I can, as a viewer, understand what's going on immediately. Because again, like I just said a minute or so ago, I, as a viewer, need to be able to look at your thumbnail and instantly understand what it is that you're trying to convey to me through your video. And if I can't do that, I'm less likely to click on the video if I can't get that through your thumbnail. And when you got text in the way of the message that you're trying to relay, that makes it a little bit more difficult for me as a viewer. So that's what I'm looking at.
Yeah. Thumbnails for me, like, difficult to see is exactly my critique here as well. This is what the thumbnail probably looked like when they were editing it in Photoshop or Canva, whatever they're using. So this at its largest size. I'll say this: it's still hard for me to tell what part of the car this is, and that's a problem because I can recognize certain elements of a vehicle straight away without even knowing what vehicle it is or caring. I see this right here, and I recognize this is the thing to put your windows up and down. You know, like on the door of the car. Like, that is a familiar piece of equipment to me. But this is the floor of a car, and I'm not even sure what orientation I'm looking at. I don't know if I'm looking at it from, you know, it's hard to even describe what orientation. Like, I have to really look carefully to see the center console here to go, oh, that's the front seat removed, and then the floor is being vacuumed. Got it. I shouldn't have to think that hard. You know, there's got to be a way that you take like a zoomed in picture or something of a before and after of the same exact shot, right? And it's going from dirty to clean, but it's more zoomed in. So I would have, like, in this one, you almost got it for me. It was on the left side, though, you know, the equipment to roll down the window. And on the right side, it's a vacuum on a seat, but it's like, whoa, where'd the window thing go? Like, what does that look like? Because it's clearly dirty. I want to see the clean version of that, you know? So try to get more zoomed in on different elements of a vehicle, you know, and I think that could be helpful, but don't just take my advice there at face value. I don't know this space as well as you should. So do the research and see what other channels are doing in this space, car detailing.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. I think even before doing like the before and after, but making it the picture of something that's easy to recognize definitely can help. You know, and then even just using the text before and after to make it very clear what you're looking at. I don't think they needed their channel logo in the thumbnail. I don't think they need to put like cleaning this girl's car. That stuff is just not necessary, to be completely honest. Like cleaning girl's filthy Jeep. You like kind of got that in the title.
Yeah, we get it. And also, I feel like I just learned something about this person. Like, I feel like you've kind of humanized the person whose car it is, and I don't need that. Like, it kind of feels like you're calling them out.
Yeah. So you just got to be careful with that as well. But I agree, and especially what you were doing already. When you're looking at car detailing, you can really see the space. The other types of videos, and this is where they should be paying attention to what's working on some of those other ones. Because some of the channels I see, even if they're doing something similar to this, all they're really showing is the car in the thumbnail, like being covered in suds or things of that nature. So just a little bit different styling, but I'd be looking at what the different options are out there to try to get people pulled in. I don't think these are tutorials per se, as far as I can tell. I think this is just kind of showing the process of it going from dirty to clean. They're not doing like a how-to step-by-step, so I don't think they're going after that audience. But yeah, it's very satisfying to watch if nobody's ever watched this stuff.
Yeah, it definitely, this is the kind of content that gets me to go, I should clean my car.
Oh, it did it for me. It's now I'm a nut. After I started watching that like 2 years ago, now I'm like crazy about it. So like my last car and then also my new car, there's nothing in it. It's the car. There's nothing inside of it.
Yeah. I don't like keeping stuff in my car. Yeah. I'm definitely the same way.
Yeah.
So yes, listen, like we went in on you with thumbnails and font, and we gave you a lot of different advice here, but we cannot deny what you are doing is working. We think it could be working better. We think you can get over this baseline of 1,000 views per video. We think you can be getting 5,000, 10,000 views per video. You could be doing much, much better. Clearly, you have access to these vehicles. This is one thing we should probably talk more about in general, but this is a great example. Barrier to entry. Like, this channel has a high barrier to entry because if you want to make a car detailing channel as active as this one, you need to have access to detailing cars constantly. So that means you have to be in or run a car detailing business of your own. So this channel is playing to their strengths. They have a topic that they know a lot about, they're obviously passionate about, and there's a high barrier to entry, which means it's not like Minecraft channels. You know, every person is Minecraft and can record their screen nowadays. So low barrier to entry. This is a whole different ball game. Play to your strengths on YouTube.
Indeed.
Next channel. Now, I think this is one I picked. AKVedit. So they have 4,000 subscribers. And I picked this one because of how impressed I was with the very few videos they have getting to 4,000 subscribers, getting a video with 250,000 views already. And I think this channel what they probably need from us is some encouragement, because they were doing a fantastic job, and then their last upload was a month ago. So I was going to give them props. What they're doing is essentially taking popular creators and doing videos about those creators. Why Danny disappeared, how Ryan Trahan changed YouTube forever, how Eric tricked YouTube into making him successful, and one about Mark Rober as well. Like, these are very popular creators with a huge following. What a way to like jump on different trends and, you know, get a really good kickstart to your channel. Viper, what do you see when you look at a channel like this?
So somebody asked me recently on Twitter about faces and thumbnails and if they should put celebrity faces on thumbnails. And my answer was, if the video is pertaining to said celebrity, then absolutely you should put their face in the thumbnail instead of your face. Now, that's not to say that you can't put your own face in the thumbnail, but if you're doing like this creator's doing and you're making videos that are talking about a particular personality, then putting that personality face in the thumbnail will definitely give you more of an audience for that video, because then the fans of that personality are going to want to know why their face is on that thumbnail, what the video is about, so they're going to click on it. So I love how this creator is using these popular faces to draw more attention into these thumbnails and these videos, and I think clearly it's working. So I say keep up the good work. These thumbnails are amazing, especially. It looks to me like this is not your first YouTube channel. I'm guessing this is not your first rodeo. So keep up the good work, like Dan said. Keep uploading, man. But I'm going to need you to upload a little bit more frequently than once a month if you can do it. I know we all have different things going on in life, but if you can upload more frequently, I would suggest doing that. But otherwise, also a good start.
Jeff, do you have anything to add to this one?
No, I agree. I think more than anything, encouragement is really going to be the thing. And it could be that the stuff is research wise, it could be that production wise, it's time consuming, and that can happen. Yeah. But I would definitely try to get, kind of get the ball rolling, start creating a schedule that's going to work for them to start getting these uploads up on a regular basis. But I agree with Viper. I'm getting not my first channel vibes from this, and it could be somebody that really studied the game, but I really get a feel the way that they hit the ground running, that especially with these last 4 videos, it's really kind of working in their favor, going this route. So hopefully they can keep that going. But like I said, it could be production heavy. I don't know because I haven't seen the videos. Yeah. But I hope that they can kind of keep this thing going because they're doing pretty good. The thumbnails look good. Titling wise, it's good. So let's see if we can kind of get them, even if it's once a month, man, whatever it is, high quality content, people are willing to wait. Yeah.
One thing I think we are all noticing, a bit of an elephant in the room here. You got 2 videos that are clearly not the same as these 4. Even if they're bringing, like, I see this one's 57,000 views. This probably isn't your content. I mean, unless you heavily edited the scene from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I would unlist these videos, because if this is bringing you new viewers today, it's confusing. It's confusing to go from clips of Brooklyn Nine-Nine to case studies about popular YouTubers. And you're going to get people who are subscribing to your content, watching your content, but not clicking on the videos that are being recommended because they're going to the wrong audience. So I would unlist these, put them on a different channel, just whatever you need to do. Make your channel focused on this. This is a great direction for you to go in. I also wouldn't be discouraged if your first video in the series gets 250,000 views and you're not able to get anywhere close to that the next time around. This is still really good. A lot of channels would kill for 2,000 views on one of their first videos. So do not be discouraged by this. I think, like, for me, I've wondered where Danny is. Like, I was watching some of these videos and this creator like disappeared, so I've wondered that too. I'm more intrigued by this story than I am of these 3, because I feel like I am familiar with these 3 creators a little bit more. So what you might have done here is spoken directly to the fans of this creator, and you still did a really good job kickstarting your channel. Did your baseline become 250,000 views per video? No, but that's okay. That'll never happen. You'll have successes. You'll have videos that kind of take off beyond what you normally get. That does not mean your baseline is always going to be that from there on out. But what it does mean is that you will get some people who just like you. They vibe with your content and they're going to watch a lot of the things you post. And I think that's what happened. You had a video that took off, and then these met with a lot of the viewers from this video, and they thought, yeah, I'll watch more from this creator. And now you have a channel. Now you have a community starting to form. So this is really, really encouraging stuff. I'm just trying to think of any advice I can give this creator that would encourage them to make more, because that is all that's holding this creator back.
I think
Just
you have.
make
I think you've
more.
done the job, Dan. You've done the job.
I hope so. I hope so. I hope they're watching. All right. The next one's Flick Peek. Now, Viper, I'm going to let you take the lead on this one. This one's a special one.
Yeah, so this is one of the channels that won the thumbnail contest. There was a tie actually between both voted on thumbnail on Twitter 2 weeks ago. So this is one of the ones that won. They wanted a channel review, so I'm glad we got to do it this week. Again, I apologize now. I forgot last week, but here we are. So Flick Peek, interesting YouTube name, different, definitely legit. Clearly, you're doing something correctly because you already have over 2,000 subscribers. So good job on that. Thumbnails. I kind of like the thumbnails. I like the simplicity in your thumbnails. Again, this is probably why you want a thumbnail content, so it makes sense. But the simplicity of the thumbnails, I'm noticing that immediately. You got the before and after. Actually, that Last of Us thumbnail was the one that won him the contest. But the simplicity, you got before and after, and then you got movie cap review for Puss in Boots. And your thumbnails are bright, they're vibrant, they're colorful. So I love your thumbnails. Clearly, you've been paying attention to what we've been saying about thumbnails. So kudos to you. Let's talk about the titles though, right? So Puss in Boots 2, The Last Wish, full movie recap and review. That's a little too generic for me. There are tons of creators doing movie reviews on YouTube. So you're in competition with a lot of creators that are doing this similar type of content. I need you to put your emphasis on it. Like, did you enjoy Puss in Boots? Did you hate it? Or was there something that happened in the movie that you just didn't agree with? I need that in the title and thumbnail too. I need some type of emotional connect because that is what is going to have me gravitate towards your video instead of the hundreds of other creators that are doing a similar type of content. I need you to put your own thoughts on it, okay? I need you to let me know your thoughts because anybody can do Puss in Boots review. Anybody can do that. But the question that you got to ask and the question that you need to answer for yourself and for viewers is why should they click on your review of Puss in Boots? So I need that emotional connect from you. And I think you're already well on your way, but just give it that emotional connect in your titles and thumbnails and you're good to go.
Yeah, a good alternative for this one would have been like, I'll go a positive and a negative here. So the title simply could have been, We Need More Shrek spinoffs. And then you have the Puss in Boots character in the thumbnail and maybe just a little bit of teasing text or something. You don't need to say it's a movie review though. Like that'll be clear by the title and thumbnail you choose that you are giving your thoughts on this. So just saying movie review sounds so generic. A negative way to say that is if you didn't like the movie, could be, oh my God, can we please stop with, Puss in Boots? Or, oh my God, can we please stop with Shrek spinoffs? Like, again, give that opinion and pull the audience one way or the other because you're going to get both sides to come in there and watch that video.
Yep.
Like, even if they love the movie, they might be, looking for reasons not to. They might want to watch for that reason, or they might want to come in there to argue with you in the comments. Like, all that drives engagement. So, yeah, there's a lot of things you can be doing with generic looking movie review videos that can build a lot more intrigue. And you're doing it already a little bit. The Last of Us, best video game TV series. So you're giving us a little bit more of like hey, like here's my opinion of this, So I like that you are experimenting with that. And yeah, I agree. The thumbnails here are pretty strong for sure. Yeah, this is going to be a matter of, just carrying on, like continue 3 months on YouTube based on this first upload. And this is a really strong start. Views already in the hundreds pretty consistently.
Yeah, Jeff, been paying attention.
Yeah. Jeff, anything to add?
No, not really. Didn't know what that first video was, and maybe it needs to be unlisted because it looked like a cooking video.
It does look like a cooking video. Just an old video. No need to watch this one. But get rid of it. I know that they don't want to dump the 4,500 views.
Just unlist the video. It doesn't make it. If you're bringing in people for cooking videos, it's the wrong audience for your content you're making now. So unless it's a movie about people cooking collard greens,
right?
But yeah, no, that's an unlister for sure. But yeah. That's one thing that confused me when you scroll down. I'm like, wait, what the heck? So
my man Dan said, get it out of here. What are you doing here? Get it out.
That's right.
I know you don't want to dump 4,500 views, but again, just like the advice we give the last channel, you could be bringing in the wrong audience here. Like you are getting viewers of a cooking channel on your channel. They're not interested in movie reviews from you. They're interested in more cooking videos. So great channel though. Congrats on winning the thumbnail contest, and thanks for interacting with us over on social media. Next one, Jeff, I believe you picked this one's DruTube Kitchen. Speaking of cooking channels, now DruTube Kitchen's got to be seeing this video that's labeled "Don't watch this" and thinking, "WTF?"
Yeah, well, don't watch that if it's on a movie review channel. But Drew's all about food, man. So this is kind of keeping it focused, and they are doing shorts as well, not just videos. But we'll talk about the videos here really quick. There's been a nice evolution in their thumbnails. So I like the fact that they are trying different things and that they are learning.
Yeah.
One of the things is, and I would argue this is, I don't think that they need text in these food thumbnails. To be completely honest, I really don't think so, because you've already got this in the title, right? So you got how to make easy vegan butter chickpeas, and then you got vegan butter chickpeas. It's just kind of redundant at this point. So I would just get, I like the shot, I like the angle. If anything, I would continue to do that like you did with the purple sweet potato pie. You don't really need that in the thumbnail. It's just taking away from the image, if anything, especially when it's literally the same words. You know what I mean? You don't need them twice. So I think it'll actually make your life easier as a content creator, is to not have to worry about putting text. Just focus on getting a really good shot of the food and using that as your thumbnail. And I like that they're sticking to this, a bit of it, how to make easy vegan butter. So sticking to that sort of thing is really going to help you on a channel like this, because this is evergreen content. When we're talking about cooking, that's what we're talking about. People are going to come and watch this as they need it. So focusing on having a thumbnail that makes it look delicious. It's like, yeah, that looks really good. I want to make that. That's really going to be the key. And then obviously in the video, making sure that you're actually including, the recipe, the different ingredients, like all that stuff, and going step by step is really going to help that out. Now, I haven't watched, any of these videos, just to be clear, but that's just one of the things that I hope that they are doing. And like I said, they're doing shorts as well, and those seem to be working quite well for them as well. Food shorts tend to do pretty well from what I've seen.
Oh yeah, and it looks like the production quality here is very, very high, which is going to help tremendously. There's like 1,000 views on all of these, and yeah, this is what I like to see from food channels. The only thing I would say is the captions they're using are always over the food, and they're very large. They don't need to be this big, and I think they should be out of the way. When you're doing captions on shorts, try not to put them directly in front of the content that people are trying to look at. That's just my opinion. A lot of people do this in different ways, and as a viewer, I get bothered by it. But I also seen people have very successful shorts who put little captions right over the middle of the screen, but usually they're a lot smaller, in fairness. But yeah, this is excellent.
Yeah, I agree. And they had some. I think they had one that popped off to a few thousand views, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it's hilarious because I actually have that sandwich maker. It does work surprisingly well. But yeah, they actually had 15,000 on one, 8,500 on another. So looks like some of that breakfast stuff might have popped up a little bit well for what they were doing shorts wise. So short strategy might be around breakfast stuff. Would be a good strategy for the shorts, but video wise, I would still be focusing on, whichever recipes you want to rock with, whether it's vegan cooking, whether it's healthy cooking, whatever it might be, whatever your take is, because food channels come in all shapes and sizes. I've seen people doing outdoors barbecuing. I've seen people do strictly Italian. Seen channels that do only lunch, like literally only lunch, like quick, like 5-minute lunch ideas, stuff like that. So, definitely finding that angle that works for you. I think is going to really work well in your favor. But I have high hopes for DruTube Kitchen. I liked what I saw. Production value looks good. So hopefully they can continue to stay focused and staying consistent with the stuff.
I'm looking at these top videos here, and I'm noticing almost all of them feature a kitchen gadget. And I'm kind of wondering if that is an angle too. It could be breakfast. It could be kitchen gadgets. People like weird stuff they haven't seen before, right? So I can imagine this coming on, like, and your voice is underneath, and it says like, "I just bought this breakfast sandwich maker. Let's see if it's worth it," And then it's just the montage of you kind of making everything, and you're showing the finished product, and you cut into it, and I think that kind of stuff to a viewer who's not even looking for recipe tips, like food tips. And you can still put an affiliate link in the description after all said and done, but people not even looking for tips, I would watch a video like this just for the satisfaction of seeing, like, well, does this weird little egg sandwich maker even do anything? And I think that's one of the reasons people stop on this. But always be thinking about those shorts viewers who, especially when it comes to shorts, they go out to so many people who didn't ask to see them. So you always want to be thinking about them from the context of, like, what would someone think if they scrolled to this video and they've never seen my content before? When the first few seconds start playing, how do I get them? How do I get that person in my orbit and to not scroll away? And that's why the opportunity for shorts right now is just so huge, because that's how YouTube Shorts works. It's going to keep presenting it to people who YouTube feels would like this content, but at the end of the day, they didn't choose to watch. They never clicked on your channel. They didn't make the choice.
Yeah, I agree. That's something that I think if you're wondering about shorts, because that's what a lot of people, the barrier to entry for shorts is so low that everybody wants these trick strategies or these hacks for it. What I want you to focus on is those first 3 seconds.
Yep.
You got to nail those first 3 seconds for when somebody who didn't click on your video, it pops up in front of them. You got to get them to stay. And those first 3 seconds are crucial. You got to get them to stay. So if it starts off boring and slow because it was easy for you to make it, you need to step your game up. You need to really start working a little bit harder on those shorts.
I want to thank everyone for their super chats. We will take these real quick before getting back to reviewing your channels. Dota 2 part-timer says, what's a good retention percentage for a 10-minute video? That's going to fluctuate, right, guys? That's not like there's not a super straightforward answer here. It just kind of depends on a lot of factors. If I'm making a 10-minute gaming video, I would like to see people over 50%, watching over 50%. What do you guys think?
Yeah, so I agree. And there was a chart that came out a while back about kind of what the median and what the top 10% of videos have at 10 minutes. The top 10% of videos at 10 minutes for video retention is above 60%. And that's for videos that are doing well, longer than 10 minutes with video retention. The median there is around 40 to 45%. So that's where most people are. But to get it to pop off really well, you got to be above 60%. Now, this isn't a hard rule of thumb. And the reason I say that is because I've got videos that are 10 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, that have far lower retention than that, far lower, like half, and have got 400, 500,000 views. So just don't focus too heavily on it. If you can bring it up, that's always going to help, because it all goes in together. It all adds in together. It isn't just one metric. If I nail this metric, everything's going to blow up on my channel. That's not how it works. It all comes together. It all comes together as a recipe to make it be a successful video. So don't hyper focus on one particular metric. If you can improve it, cool. But just don't hyper focus on it.
Yeah, the reason I say it fluctuates is because you might start out and your videos have like 20% retention. So for you, 30% would be really good. It just kind of depends on where you're at right now, and you're just looking to make improvements along the way. All right, Philo Rogue says, why are my shorts views so inconsistent? How do I improve them? Do titles matter? Does time of upload matter? Thank you guys for what you do. It's good that we got to this question right now, because we just talked about that like a minute ago. So if your views are really inconsistent, yeah, like Jeff was saying a minute ago, that first 3 seconds is going to be crucial. Which one of us did that? Because you both look shocked, and I thought one of you did that. I was going to roll with it. Okay. maybe I leaned on my keyboard. So those first 3 seconds are crucial to the success of your short, but more importantly than that, the rest of it as well. So always think of that viewer who did not ask to watch it. How are you going to get them to stay in that short? They have no context for what they're about to see. They're scrolling. Your short pops up. What do they see? What does the first few seconds look like? Because that's the best thing you have. They're not really going to see the title. They're not going to see the thumbnail that you may or may not have selected with YouTube's tools. They're just going to get presented the video, and it's going to start. So no fluff. Don't say, welcome back to my channel. None of that garbage. Just get into the content. Just dive right in. We have another one here from Chris. Do you think it's possible to be successful while making 3D animation videos, even when they take long? I'm guessing they didn't take a long time to make. Yeah.
I mean, Mark Rober uploads once a month. So yeah, quality content is going to be watched. If you make quality content that is engaging and people want it and there's a demand for it, you can do well, regardless of how long it takes to upload.
Yeah, that's the key. It has to be, people have to want to watch it, right? So you have to do a little bit of research before you make this animation, right? Or else you're putting all this effort in on something that nobody's going to care about, because you could have the most amazing animation skills. But if it's on a topic that nobody cares about, nobody's going to click on it. So that's the key. If anything, as an example, you can think of our buddy Jake Fellman. He does animations, but it's on stuff that people care about. So that's why they get big, massive views. So that's the difference. If you're just making it on random whatever, I would not expect a lot of people to come watch it because they're not going to find it because they're just not interested in that topic. So just something to think about. There has to be some forethought into what you're animating before you animate it.
Yep. There you go. So thank you for your supers. We can get to more of those a little bit later on if we have them. Appreciate you supporting the free content we make here on YouTube all the time. Let's get back into channel reviews. It is Today with Terry K. I believe, Viper, you chose this one.
Yeah. So this is weird to me. Every video is a day number. And as a new viewer stumbling on the channel, now I'm left with thought, do I have to go back and watch all the way from day one to get the general gist or get the idea of what she's trying to convey in these videos? And then she has the day number and somebody actually it looks like they're most if not all her thumbnails. So I've talked about this before, and this is a good opportunity for me to bring it up again. But you all, what we want to do with our videos is make them and package them in such a way where every video can stand independently of the others, even if they are part of a series. We want them to stand independently. So when you have your title day 17, day 18, day 19, day 20, and that's the entire homepage of the video, I promise you, viewers are leaving because they feel like they have to watch the entire thing from day one. And unfortunately, it doesn't matter how good of content you make. It doesn't matter if you're like Mr. Beast. Nobody is going back to day one and going to watch all the way from day 1 to day 24, especially if they don't know who you are. So I need you all to understand it. Don't put the burden on the viewer. Let me repeat that for the people in the back. Don't put the burden on the viewer. Make it as simple for the viewer to engage with your content as humanly possible. I promise you that is the better way to go. Go ahead, Dan.
Yeah, I'm just as you were talking about the day numbers and stuff, which I agree. I think day numbers are a great turnoff for a new viewer, someone who hasn't watched you before. I was looking to see, well, what were their reviews like when they weren't doing that? And as I scrolled down, I realized prior to the current series that they're on, they were doing Vlogmas. So that was another episodic series. So these serial series, the serial content that you make is great for your core audience. Like, you are getting hundreds of views on this still, so people are finding it, and eventually, like, I think what's happening is people are finding you through your non-serial content, and they're sticking around because they like you. And a lot of them are not watching the serial content for one reason or another, probably because the titles don't really draw them in with a lot of intrigue. But when you weren't doing serial content, we have stand-up videos like this with 2,000 views. What I wish I knew before starting Fly Lady and ordering blank. There's something in there. But what I wish I knew video is great, especially if like you're jumping on like a trend that other people are doing. Like, they're like, oh, I'm about to do that. So what do I need to know? You know, how I modified the Fly Lady system. So there's different title examples in here that were working for you. But once you kind of dove in and you went all in on Fly Lady, this Fly Lady series that you're doing, we're seeing views not crack 500, you know, where we know you're capable of getting more. So I appreciate that you're doing this series, but I think the way you've branded it is kind of confusing to people who haven't seen you before. And what we want is for your returning viewers to be satisfied and new viewers to jump into your content and then hopefully be satisfied by it. And right now, this feels very insular. It feels like I need to be a part of your community already if I want to come in and appreciate this content. And that's going to keep you from growing.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. And Viper, you guys both said it really, really well. Is, you know, putting these dates and times and stuff. I get the mentality behind it, but you need to treat your content and every single video being made not for the people who've watched the previous 23 videos, but for the person who's finding you for the first time. If they want to go back and watch the other ones, cool. You can always point them to one of those in the video using a call to action. But you have to have that mindset of every single one of my videos is being made for the new viewers, not for the subscribers, not for the people who've watched the previous 23, 24 videos, but for the people who are finding me today. That's the mentality I go into every single video with, because based on my own analytics, you know, 80% of my views are coming from people who've never even seen me before. So why would I make videos for people who've seen me before when that's only 20% of my viewership, right? So yeah. What's up?
Oh, go ahead.
No, yeah, but that's just what I mean. Is like, that's the mentality that I want people to get out of that. You know, get into the mentality of making videos for the people that are seeing you for the first time, and making each video that it can stand on its own without needing to watch a backlog of videos.
So Michael Jordan, who is widely regarded as the best basketball player to ever live, was once quoted as saying that every time he goes out on the court, he wants to put on a show for the person in the stands that has never seen him before. And I feel like a lot of YouTube creators could take that same type of mentality to heart. Because like Jeff said, most of the people, especially as a newer creator, most of the people who are watching your videos have never seen you or your channel before. So you have to respect that and make your content in such a way that caters to the people that have not seen you. Your regular viewers are going to come back. They like you. They are used to you. They know what to expect from you. They are comfortable. They're coming back. But what we want to do as YouTubers is draw in new crowds, draw in new audiences. So you have to create your content with the newer people in mind, people who have not seen you yet. Don't make content for people that have seen you because they're coming back regardless. Make your content for the people who have not seen you. And on the topic of these series and videos, you can do these videos and have them in a series. Make a playlist and put them in the playlist. It's that simple. Because when you put them in the playlist, then YouTube will automatically recommend the next one up in the playlist if you have it set up correctly. So you don't have to put episode numbers and titles and things like that in the thumbnail if you make a playlist and let YouTube take care of it for you.
It's so simple. Boom, mic drop. And also Viper, somebody saying Larry Bird was better than MJ in the chat.
Oh, no, I'm not. Nope. No, we're not doing.
We're not going down that road, sir.
Nope. Not today. Nope.
Don't let them get you, Viper.
Nope.
Anyway, controversies aside, one last example I wanted to give here was just so imagine a new viewer sees this video on the homepage and it says day 24 of the Fly Lady baby steps. So that's like the first thing. I don't know what the Fly Lady baby steps means in the context of a cleaning channel or in any context whatsoever, but you said you were a cleaning channel in your banner. The next part of the title, if I choose to ignore that, let's say I'm smart enough to know that that's just what you're calling this series. As a new viewer, I somehow know that. I read the second half of the title and it says, what is a swish and swipe? But I don't know what that is, but it's so vague that I actually don't want to know more. But if you were holding a weird looking device and it said, what is a swish and swipe? And it looks like it had some kind of cleaning intent to it, then I would know that must be a swish and swipe. What the heck does that do? Click. Now I want to know more. But I'm not getting the intrigue here. I see like a clean bathroom and I see you, but I don't see the payoff for Fly Lady baby steps. I don't know what that means. And I don't know what a swish and swipe is. And I have no sense of it at all. So that's all of the things we said just to say, like, think about this from the context of that new viewer. You know, YouTube is going to put this video in front of people that it thinks might want to see it. So you want them to click yours instead of someone else's cleaning video. All right. So there you go. Terry K, best of luck to you. And we want to show you guys something kind of cool. If you have a vidIQ account, doesn't matter what level of vidIQ account you have, this is an early preview of our AI coach, and you can absolutely try it out right now. This thing is pretty neat because it can help you do all kinds of things. Think ChatGPT, but it was trained as a YouTube coach. So we have some sample prompts here. Give me 5 video ideas about cleaning my house with unknown products. Random just brands you've never heard of. I should have said brands. So here are 5 video ideas about cleaning your house with unknown products. 1, a review of an unusual cleaning product that actually works. 2, how to save money on cleaning supplies by shopping in home goods. 3, DIY natural cleaning products. What works best? 4, testing unconventional cleaning products. What worked and what didn't? Kind of a long title. I wouldn't use that as the title, but that's an interesting concept. You're going to test maybe the name brand with, you know, a non-name brand. Using unusual cleaning products to transform your home before and after. So none of these, in my opinion, make great titles, but they are making my brain kind of work and think about different ways that I could maybe like put together some new videos that I hadn't thought of before. That is the power of tools like this.
Hey, Dan,
taking what it gives you and iterating on it.
Hey, Dan, I love the way that you said none of these work at great titles. And I think we need to highlight that because there are a lot of different AI tools out there right now. And for this one in particular, and for anyone for that matter, but especially for this one, right? And we said this before with our own, like with our previous daily ideas tool. It's okay to like get ideas from the tool, but don't use everything that it spits out verbatim, because a lot of times it might not make sense. It might not be a title that a human being will click on. So you might have to add your own thoughts to the ideas that you get from the tool. But definitely use the tool as just that, a tool. But don't let that be the end all be all of what you do with the information that it gives, because you need to add an element of human factor to the information to make it more appealing to a human being.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. And this is what I've been trying to explain to people. What, regardless if you're using our tool or what's going on, let it be the jumping off point. Let these are ideas. Like don't take this. And same thing with our AI title generator, where I've told people, don't use it verbatim. Let it give you an idea, and then you humanize it. You're part of it. Don't think the AI coach is the God that's going to tell you exactly what to do, and that's what you have to do, and that's how it'll go viral. No. Think of it as a homie that's helping you with some ideas, but you, as the creator, as the one in charge of your channel, you have to hone that idea into something workable that's going to make sense for your viewers. So always use that as a jumping off point, whether it's titles, whether it's scripts, whatever. Use it as an idea and then work off of that idea. If you use it to write a script, don't use it verbatim. Don't cut and paste. You need to cut and go ahead and start editing things out to make it sound like you. So definitely agree with taking it and modifying it to suit your needs.
Yes. So there you go. You can try that out. Log into your vidIQ account, go to app.vidiq.com, click on AI Coach, and link is down below. If you want access to all of our tools for 30 days, there might be, I don't know, maybe a secret link down there that you can click that would give you some kind of secret discount, that you're not supposed to tell anybody about, or we can get in big trouble. And definitely do not scan strange QR codes that you see pop up on the screen of random live streams. Definitely do not do that. That is dangerous and foolhardy. Okay.
That's right.
Yeah.
Savage wouldn't like it. So definitely don't do that.
Yeah. Don't do that.
Hey, Dan, before we move on, you think we should take the last few super chat?
No, tell them to go away.
All right, I'm going to take that as yes. So shout out to Gabriel Stockton for $4.99. Says, how can I see if someone has me highlighted as a competitor in vidIQ? Jeff, Dan, I don't think we can, right?
Yeah, we don't have that option as far as the tools. So here's one thing, and this is going to fall under mindset. Don't worry about the things you can't control. You can't control who's going to see you as a competitor. So there's no point in worrying about it. There really isn't. So instead, focus on who you want to add to your competitor list so that you can keep track of what's going on in your niche, but don't focus on things that are outside of your control.
There you go. Next up, we have Revelation Quill for $5. Thank you for the super chat. How should I feel about another monetized channel doing tutorials on my original design quill tutorials? I mean, hell, that should be more engagement for you if they're using your content, I would hope. So there you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
so
go.
Yeah. Go ahead, Dan. Go ahead.
How are they using the content? Are they taking your video and passing it off as their own? Are you getting credit for that? Or are they literally making the quilt that you made and like just copying your design, but then giving like a different kind of video with it, like a tutorial? If it's the latter, if they're like recreating your work in their own video, there's not much I would say you can do about that. I don't love that from like a community aspect. I think YouTube is especially different niches can be really vibrant, amazing communities. And I like the idea that if they did that, they would credit you. They'd say, Revelation Quilts made this amazing design and we're going to make it today. I'm going to show you how it's done. They gave me a shout out. Okay. So I would feel okay with that. And I think if you are okay with that, that kind of opens the door. Maybe you can collab with them in the future, but it's not really about how we feel. It's more about how you feel, and you're asking how should you feel. It really depends on the context, which you have more of than we do. But in the end, yes, it should mean, like Viper said, more engagement for you. There should be traffic coming from them to you. Revelation Quilts knows their stuff. They made that awesome quilt. I want to see what else they have. And hopefully you can build a relationship with this channel and actually collab with them. Maybe you could do a quilt challenge where you each give each other a quilt design. Right? You don't know. They like on video, they open up the envelope and they're like, how am I gonna, and then they're both of you have like this awesome story driven content and you get to cross promote your channels. Like do fun stuff like that in the gaming
Yeah.
community. Like I used to do stuff like that all the time, where we challenge each other, and to be a great way to collab with another channel.
Yep.
Yeah, if they were just stealing your content and putting it up, that's one thing. But it sounds like they gave you a shout out and you're going to get some engagement from it. If anything, I would for sure reach out. First and foremost, if I ever see my content or I'm mentioned in someone else's video, I'm going to leave a comment. I'm going to be one of the first people to comment, hopefully, but I'm going to leave a comment in that video section like, hey man, thanks for the shout out. You know, that way people see you, that you're cool with what they're doing and stuff, and then reach out to them, whether it's DM, email, whatever it is, and start working on some ideas. Because if you're both targeting the same group of people, there's no reason why you can't combine your powers.
Definitely. Right. Next up, we have Valkyria Blog with the 99 super chat. Thank you for the 9.99. My main channel has 600K subs teaching English. Now I'd like to start growing this channel. Travel vlog nature. Is it a good idea to promote my new channel to my main channel subscribers? In this case, I'm going to agree with Jeff. No, because teaching English is vastly different from traveling. Those are two different audiences. So I don't think that's a good idea. But obviously, you're the creator. You have a better idea. But I would say no.
You could tell them not to subscribe. You could actually like do a community post or something and say, if you're interested, I have this channel. Do not subscribe to it unless you like travel vlogs.
Yeah.
You know, that'd be the only way I would do it.
Yeah. That's so well, we have. Oh, go ahead, Dan. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I don't want subscribers coming into my channel who aren't actually interested in the content I want to make.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yep. It's literally what it is, because I've seen so many second channels get hindered because the person shouted out their channel on their original channel, which has nothing to do with that kind of content, but because people want to support you, they want to support you, they want to be supported, so they'll go subscribe. And then when you publish a video, it goes out to them, they don't watch because they don't care.
Right.
They subscribe. They did their part as far as support goes. It doesn't do anything for you. So that's the thing. Like, I'm working on a second channel. I'm not going to tell anyone about it. And I'm in the tech space. I'm not going to tell anybody to subscribe. I'm not going to shout it out on my channel. I'm not going to talk about it on my Twitter. I'm not going to do any of that stuff, because I don't want anybody who's not actually interested in that type of content to come over and muddy the waters. I want YouTube to have clean data as far as who the viewers are, as far as who to send it out to. So, because if it's going to be pushing my new content in a different niche to the people who watch me for my other stuff, and they're not interested in clicking on those thumbnails, that's just going to hurt. That's just going to hurt my channel. So I'm not doing that.
Yeah, we can't do that. Last but not least, Old Man Gibbs, thank you for the $10. Says Larry Bird is the man. Love you, Viper. Thanks for all the great help. Listen, Larry Bird is the man. Larry Bird is a legend. He's one of the best NBA players ever. But we're not going to take that to where you took it just a few minutes ago. That's what we're not going to do. But I appreciate the super chat, and thank you for supporting us. We appreciate you. That's you, man.
We talked a little bit about collabs there, and I just wanted to take that opportunity to tell you, before we get into random selections here on the channel, that we have a Discord server. This is our public Discord server. There's all kinds of rooms for all kinds of topics, depending on what you do on YouTube. There's a room about thumbnails. This is my favorite one, where people are giving advice on different thumbnails, on how to improve. This is the room where people share their achievements. A lot of people reaching different milestones. So vidiq.com/Discord, or check the link down below. You can join this public Discord full of creators just like you. They're not link dumping in there. Those people get removed. The conversations that are happening, though, are really productive around YouTube growth. If you feel like you're alone as a creator, you're trying to make some friends that understand what it's like to actually make YouTube content, there's a free Discord that you can join. Again, link is down below. And you're probably ready for us to do some random selection.
Hey, Dan and Jeff, before we do that, can we piggyback on something you just said real quick about link dumping and different things like that?
Yeah, don't be a link dropper.
What's that, Jeff?
So don't be a link dropper.
Let's talk about that real quick. So back when I started 5 years ago, I never did it, but something that a lot of creators were doing, and I really just was like, why are you doing that? It's like they would comment on another creator's video and leave links to their video in the comment of another creator's video. I don't know if you all understand how rude and inconsiderate that is, to leave a link to your video in the comment section of somebody else's video. That is just rude. But a lot of creators, when you're first starting out, you don't know the proper etiquette. So I want to touch on that real quick. And a lot of it can be applied to how you conduct yourselves on Reddit and other messaging boards. I've done this on Reddit and gotten like just killed for it. But if you don't actively contribute to a community on Reddit or any other message form out there, and you come in there trying to promote your stuff and you don't contribute, that is not a good look. That is not the way to be, because it's just so disingenuous. And it can really get you disliked very quickly. So I would just encourage all of you all to be careful about how you are conducting yourself in these different communities and how you go about promoting your stuff. Again, if you're in a community, let's say you make tech content and you're in a tech Reddit or something like that, it's okay to promote if you are an active contributor or if you've been contributing to that community before you started promoting yourself. Don't come into a community brand new and with the sole purpose of promoting yourself and your content, because they are going to flaming young you real quick and wick you out of there on your way, on your behind. So I'm just going to tell you all to be careful about how you do that stuff, because it could really make you look very, very bad. And you don't want that type of reputation in the community. So just be careful.
Yeah, you can get flame broiled. And you only have, that's the thing about first impressions, right? You get one chance. You get one chance at that, right? So, and it's happened. I've even had creators argue with me who've left links on there. Like I did a review about a product and then they left me a comment, even a link to the review that they did. And I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Right. And here's a fun fact. Many of us have gone into our community settings and we have links and hashtags blocked automatically. So you are literally wasting your freaking time. So most channels have that already set up. So it'll you leave a link, it's automatically blocked. So you're just sitting there wasting your time dropping links on other people's channels when it's not even going to get seen. So there's not even going to be a chance. Let's say theoretically, I just let the links out there. You won't even have that chance. So just don't do it. Let YouTube do the work.
Yes, a lot of shady characters on YouTube these days, like this guy. It's the Claw, and it's starving. It's ready for your channels.
Clobbert.
Yes.
The Claw. Clobbert has arrived.
Dr. Clobbert.
Dr. Clobbert.
So, almost 500 of you on the non-gaming forum, and we're closing in on that number on the gaming forum. Those are the two forums linked down below. If you submitted last week, you will need to resubmit. They get cleared every week. I'll just bump this up to 500. We will pick a gaming channel. It's going to be number 159 on the gaming forum. All right. So, we're checking out an open fire. Thank you for submitting your channel. They're doing shorts. Primarily 3 days ago, they did a long form video, but I'm seeing a lot of different shorts. What should we do? Maybe we should look at the long form videos first. It seems like maybe equal effort being put into both. Playing GTA, interesting space to be in. We got confirmed not too long ago, GTA 6 is coming out. So I think eventually some speculation into Grand Theft Auto 6 would be something you want to do. Right now, though, this just feels like a lot of clips of kind of moments in the game. So I'm not seeing a lot of like interest in these videos. Like why should I click on any one of these individual videos? The thumbnails are kind of dark. The titles are a bit vague. Let's see. Jeff, what else are you seeing here?
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm sort of getting what you're getting from it, where it feels a little bit vague. And also we are looking at different games, right? It's not all just Grand Theft Auto. We're looking at different games here.
There's Resident Evil down here. So there are some other games too.
And then what is this podium vehicle like? So there's a lack of, firstly, there's a lack of focus. And then secondly, there's a lack of context, because if I land that on this channel, I have no idea what I'm looking at. I have no idea. So there's, cool. I appreciate the simplicity of the titles, but the fact that the thumbnails are literally a screenshot. Yeah, there's a lot that needs to happen here. Firstly, focusing on what game you want to play, planning out what kind of content you want to bring, actually creating actual thumbnails that get people to want to stop and click. And then give me something in the title beyond the most basic. I like short, concise titles, but your titles aren't telling me anything. So that's one thing. When we're talking about like 30-second videos, why wasn't this a short? Why is this a regular video?
Yeah, there was a time not that long ago where 30-second videos that were not shorts were doing really, really well. These days, I still think there's probably plenty out there that are, but I think the reason not that long ago they were doing really well was because of something that happened in the YouTube algorithm, whereby YouTube did Shorts. They just launched it, and they kind of broke something in the process. I've heard them talk about this. Basically, Shorts were getting recommended. They didn't exist before, and YouTube, the algorithm as a whole, was like, hey, people really seem to like short videos. And now all kinds of videos, simply because they were short in length, were spreading around the site. Things have updated, though. The AI has learned, changes have been made, and now if you have a 30-second video and it's just a fun clip of something happening, you really should just upload it as a short. They're even searchable now. Shorts are showing up in search. That was not true that long ago. It was not that long ago where you just could not get shorts to show up anywhere. So there's a lot of opportunities in shorts, and I think that all of your 30-second clips should have been made as shorts, especially because you are already doing that. Your shorts are cropped in to the proper screen size, which is great to see. Some of these have a lot of views. The one from the second to last one here is 1.8K views, which is really cool. If we go to your most popular, you have a few that broke 1,000 views. You want to look at these and see, you know, in the first 3 seconds or so, like, what was it that hooked people? And you want to keep trying to make shorts similar to that have a really strong, interesting hook. Something action-packed and crazy is happening that got people to stop scrolling in these videos. How can you learn from that? How can you do even better? Long-form videos, you are capable of making ones that are 10 minutes in length, 16 minutes in length. You can see they have a little more views too. So I would then be developing a long-form video strategy. You got your short strategy, where you take fun clips and you put them in shorts, and you got your long-form strategy, where you go a little bit deeper. Maybe it's a tutorial, maybe it's how to beat a certain level, it's how to get a certain weapon, you know, whatever it might be. You're spinning this wheel in Grand Theft Auto. I recognize this from like the casino in Grand Theft Auto Online, but maybe you could have told a whole story. Maybe you could have told a whole story about how you saved up the money you needed to get 100 spins of this wheel or something crazy like that. And now you're talking about a 10-minute video that documents a challenge, like a goal that you set for yourself. Can I win the whatever on this wheel? That's a way more interesting piece of content than just, I got a clip of me winning something, so I'm just going to throw it up on YouTube. Like, what's a story you can tell around that content? This is the kind of stuff that gets people to stand out in a very, very crowded space.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. And that's one of the things, and I also want to address it here, because people hear us say lack of focus and that they should focus on one channel, and all they hear is you should only play one game. That is not what we're saying here. That is not at all what we're saying here. And I want to make this very clear for gaming channels that want to throw a bunch of games up on their channel and then wonder why it doesn't work. What you should be putting on your channel is one game. You can play all the other games you want to play. You just don't got to record it. You feel me? Like, that shouldn't be that hard to understand. So here's the thing. I play multiple games too, right? Right now I'm playing probably 5 or 6 games, you know, concurrently, like simultaneously, right? So I'm playing those games at the same time.
6 controllers and a bunch of monitors in front of you, and you're just
easy peasy. And I split screen an 85-inch screen and just, you know, put, you know, divvy it all up. But here's the thing. But what goes on your channel, you control, right? You can still play the other games. You just don't have to record it. That's literally it. So whichever one is popping off, whichever one you want to have your channel based around, that's what goes on your channel. And the rest of it, you don't have to throw it up there. It's literally that simple, right? So don't think that like I'm taking something away from, like, oh my God, you can't play these other games. Not at all what we're saying. So I just wanted to make that very, very clear for the gaming channels in the chat that think you have to like stop playing other games. That ain't it.
This video right here, how to start a gaming channel, updated for 2023. Watch this video. If you're a gaming channel and, you know, any of this is resonating with you, or, you know, you want us to dive deeper on that specific subject, watch this video. In this one, I talk about the strategies for this year that are going to work. And one of the things I talk about is playing one game. And then I take that concept of playing one game and kind of throw it away, because it's not necessarily about one game. It's about one audience. But in my personal view, and if you want to get my deeper thoughts on this, watch this video. But in my personal view, the one game strategy is training wheels. That's what it is. You start your channel with one game as training wheels so you can start to taste a little bit of success on YouTube, because it forces you to focus. Like, I can't do anything but play this one game. So now you are forced to focus your channel on something. And once you start to learn more about what you're doing on YouTube and how that's working out for you, then you can, in the future, develop a strategy that might involve maybe a different game, maybe different types of things that you do in the one game you're playing. But the one game strategy is a really, really, really solid way to start. And if you look at some of the biggest gaming YouTubers, you will see them take that strategy to heart as well. So, and you'll also find some that didn't. They grew in other ways. But that is our general advice. Start small, start focused, learn about YouTube, do things slowly. Just because you see the biggest channels out there doing what seems like is whatever they want doesn't mean they got there overnight. They started small and they built an audience, they built a community, and they found their voice, and then they started to expand their horizons a bit. But even today, those channels are posting content and it has a through line. There's a reason you watch these people's videos, and it's because something about it is always consistent throughout the entire thing. They're still a niche, even if they're a niche unto themselves. But we dive into all kinds of strategies in this video, so watch that. Cool. All right, so that was a very in-depth review of this gaming channel. Let's look at a non-gaming channel now via the Claw. The non-gaming forum has already cracked 500. So I will do 525. And we're looking at 370. I got very quiet. Everyone's just watching to see if I'm going to mess this up. And I did.
It's clobbered. Clobbered is up to no good.
Shout out to the 783 of you all watching the live stream today, man. Appreciate all of y'all turning up. So thank you for that.
Yep. And shout out to all the people that are lurking and taking notes instead of being in the chat. I see all of you.
The real stars of the live stream.
That's right.
All right. So it is Bekhruz. I'm so sorry. I don't know how to say this, but thank you. Thank you for submitting your channel. And let's see what we can do.
This looks like some type of how-to channel about doing different YouTube-related things. We got how to make a YouTube video intro, how to make a pizza flare, how to make a YouTube banner, how to design a coffee flare. What is a flare? Is that like a different type of like art or something? What is that? I don't know what that is.
I wonder if it's supposed to be flyer. That's the closest thing I can get.
That's what I'm thinking too. To me, that's what it feels like, but maybe they misspelled it in both the title and the thumbnail. But yeah, I don't know, because the only flare I know is the Mind Flare. So
yeah, it looks like you guys might be right. It looks like they meant to say flyer. Okay.
Yeah, I think they might have meant to say flyer. Yeah, 100%. Here's one of the things though too that I noticed in we're looking at the channel itself is if they're doing how-to stuff, they really got to work on their own thumbnails.
Yeah.
That's a major thing. Like the last one, how to make a YouTube intro in 5 minutes, step by step. That one is at least clear. So that one's at least clear. But how to make pizza, like that is one, way too much text. Two, it's the exact same text in the title and thumbnail, and it's way too busy. Right? It's way too. Why are there a bunch of flyers? If you're going to show me how to make a flyer, there should only be one flyer in the thumbnail. So, and then same thing with the next one. The background is so busy. There's so much going on with the text. How to make YouTube thumbnails like this. Cool that you know how to use the tools, but you got to do some research on what kind of thumbnails actually work in this space. Just because you know how to use the tools doesn't mean that you have the actual concept of design for a thumbnail down. So you need to do a little bit more research. Knowing how to use the tools and actually implementing them correctly are two completely different things.
Yep. Do you see how simplistic these thumbnails are that Dan is scrolling through right now? They're very simple.
Yeah, fancy is cool, but simplicity is king.
Oof. Yeah. Say it again, Jeff. Say it again.
Yeah, because you can be as fancy as you want, man. But getting the message across as easily and quickly as possible is, that's the way to do it. You don't want to confuse anybody by having all kinds of nonsense going on in the thumbnail.
Yeah, all of these thumbnails to me are so busy, just so busy. And the other thing too is like you can have a channel that's based around search, right? Like, so they're not really focused on any particular kind of tutorials. Sometimes it's flyers, sometimes it's YouTube thumbnails. To me, they're trying to cater to too many different audiences, but they are making how-to content. Individually, these could all show up in search. That's fine. I still think it should be niche down. I still think you could find a little more success niching into an area. Like if you're doing graphic design, that's great. Like there's a lot of reasons to talk about graphic design in the context of YouTube. you could make that a whole niche. You don't have to kind of go so far away from it, from pizza flyers like that. What a specific audience that is. How to make a restaurant flyer might be a little more broad, at least. But yeah, there's a lot of things here that I think could be improved upon. But yeah, the thumbnails to me, not to sound rude, are kind of chaotic. There's so much going on.
Yeah, and I've been saying it over and over again during this live stream. With thumbnails, you all, less is more. Keep them simple, make them simplistic, make them easier to understand. Limit the amount of text on your thumbnails. As I said earlier, 3 words or less are aimed for text and thumbnails. Now, I understand that there are certain situations where you might have to put like 4 or 5 words of text on there, and it is what it is. But for a general rule, 3 words or less on your thumbnails is the way you want to go. Because again, we want to keep the thumbnail clean, decluttered, and simplistic AF. That is what we want to do. So just remember that 3 words or less, and I think that's a good starting point.
So I love in some of the questions we're getting from super chats today. Thank you so much for the supers. This one was probably from the conversation we were having earlier. Someone lifted part of an interview they did, no accreditation, did it to 2 others, ignored all contacts. It's only 15 seconds, but still unprofessional. It sounds like they're within their, if they're just using a clip of it and they're transforming it, they could be within fair use. But of course, that is a defense. You can still, if you needed to, go after them. But I wouldn't. There's better things to do, like make videos. But yeah, I'm sorry to hear that.
I mean, YouTube does have a copyright content identification tool for you all. So if you do want to be petty, you can be petty.
How can I find ideas like Ryan Trahan and make the best titles? Ryan Trahan had a really amazing idea with the penny series, going out there for 30 days, trying to get across the country on 1 penny. Great ideas like that don't just like pop into thin air. That probably took a lot of ideating. And the thing about that idea is that it was so simple, like anyone could understand it, right? We all know what a penny is. We know the stakes involved with traveling a really long distance. And we would all look at that as like this impossible task. And that's why it was so popular. Like, how is he going to do this? I wouldn't hold yourself to that standard. You got to start first. And Ryan Trahan didn't just start by traveling across the country. He had a very long YouTube career leading up to that. And he had other successes too, other things he tried that worked out. Like, just try and make stuff that sounds kind of cool. Try stuff. That's kind of how you do it. You just try stuff.
Research helps too.
Research helps. We have tools that can help you think of different video ideas, title ideas. We talked about them a little bit earlier today. But if I had the golden ticket answer to how do I make the next Ryan Trahan penny series, I wouldn't be sitting here right now. I'll tell you that. It's work. It's about the work you put into it. Dealing with a ton of poachers lately, taking the contents. Hate to hear it. Sorry to hear that. We've apparently touched on a YouTube nerve.
I mean, but here's the thing. You're on YouTube with a bunch of creators that are all trying to do similar things. So there is going to be some overlap. And there are going to be creators that, just like you take inspiration, they're going to take inspiration from you, although they might take it a little bit further and take your ideas. I've heard it before. It sucks. It's unfortunate. But at the end of the day, nobody can imitate you. They can try to take your content and different things like that. That's all good and well, but they can't imitate you. So you just got to keep going out there and doing you and differentiating yourself from the pack. No matter if somebody trying to take your content or not, they can't take everything that you do. So just at the end of the day, you have to worry about what you do. And like Dan, or either Dan or Hefe said earlier, worry about things that you can control and don't worry about things that you cannot control. Basically.
Yeah. It's better for your mental health to not think about it. And I know that's hard to do when you feel like you're being targeted by someone who's just stealing stuff. But anytime you spend letting them live rent free in your head, it's time that you're taking away from yourself in the future to make videos. I mean, you could make your next video, and you know what? You're going to have come to it first. You're always going to have a leg up on that person or the group of people. Like, you're always going to have a leg up because you are first. They are having to rely on you. They are in the losing position. So just remember that.
Fact.
Recently started a poetry channel. Any good way to build it and grow? This is really cool. I don't know if you guys have advice. The first thing that jumps out to me is, if you're writing poetry, could it be about like a trending topic? Could you do like a really cool poem about something?
Dan, yes, Dan. There you go, Dan. That's what
Did I steal yours? I'm sorry.
No. I was going to say something similar. Poetry is such a big, wide-ranging avenue, but it can be vague, it can be niche, it can be whatever you want. But I think when you're first starting out and you're doing poetry per se, like Dan was saying, you got to jump on trends or jump on something that's very popular. Like I'll give you an example. Netflix just had the show Wednesday. It's very popular globally. So maybe you could write a poem about that particular show and things that happen, or your thoughts about the show Wednesday. So just different things like that, playing off of popular trends and making them relate and using them to inspire your poetry, or making your poetry relate to the things that are happening that are popular out there in pop culture. Emily Baker has done amazing at this with law. She covers things that are happening in pop culture from a legal perspective, and you've seen what's happened with her channel. Phew. So you can do the same thing with poetry. Take something that's happening in pop culture and make a poem about it. And I promise you that will get eyes on your content.
Emily D. Baker's channel, for anyone who curious there. There's another similar question here that I'm going to skip to it real quick. How to grab attention with an art channel, what type of titles and thumbnails are working. Again, we give this advice to art channels a lot. Can you do art around a trend? A show, like something that has like an audience, and you make an interpretation of a recognizable scene or a character, something that gets people excited to click. We saw, I think it was a shorts channel last week. We saw a channel last week that had like a drawing of Wednesday Addams, as Viper was just describing. And that short happened to be one of their top viewed shorts out of all their other art shorts. It was them drawing Wednesday Addams. So if you can do that, I know it might feel a little bit like, but I really want to express myself with like my creative thing. You can do that again, like do yourself a favor and like do a trending video about a trending thing and then your own work, and bounce between the two as you build your community and grow. People who have seen your more trendy content might go, oh, that's the same artist. They just drew an original piece. That's kind of cool. An original character, whatever it might be. So you can do both. I think for art channels, that's like a really strong strategy.
Yeah. And last but not least, research, because they're asking what type of titles and thumbnails are working. This applies to literally everyone.
Yep.
Research, type that in, start looking at other channels that are successful in your space, and look at what kind of thumbnails are getting clicked on, not just on one channel, on multiple channels, because then you'll start seeing repeatable patterns, right? What kind of thumbnails? Are there faces in it? Are there no faces in it? Do they have text? Do they have no text? Are they black and white? Are they color? You start noticing these patterns. Same thing with their titles. So you're going to have to step up and do a bit of research. Nobody's going to hand this to you. You have to do your homework.
Yep. I got a question before we continue. Dan, can you put FA on full screen?
Well, you're just calling Jeff out right now.
No, I want to see a shirt.
Oh.
Ooh, I like it. Nice.
There you go, everybody. Trust your dopeness.
That's right.
Synergy effect. External views. I heard they don't affect the impressions, but I'm wondering, do the views help my videos show up in browse features or other sources?
Yes. Yeah. External views help. We've actually gotten confirmation from YouTube employees about this. Oh. It's not the end all be all, but if you're making searchable content, then it can absolutely help. I know most of my videos will tend to rank in the first, top 3, top 5 on Google search. So I do pull in some external traffic that way, and that helps. So, but yeah, it can definitely help. I don't know if it's going to do anything negative for you. I've never seen any negative effects of it. So overall, it can help.
So there you go. We have a couple more, and then we'll go back to random selections. This one was from Janu. I hope I'm saying that right. Thank you for the super. And then thoughts on going live when you have minimal subscribers and haven't built a community. Does YouTube push your live out to others like Instagram and Facebook? So I think what they're asking is, does YouTube push your content similar to how Instagram and Facebook do? And I think in general, I would say yes.
Yeah, but their algorithms are different.
Yeah.
And the key here is going to be this. You have to have a title and a thumbnail that's worthy of being clicked on. Because YouTube is going to try to give you impressions. But if people don't click in because you didn't put any effort into what you're going to talk about, what your thumbnail looks like, and what your title is, then you're not helping yourself. You're just hustling backwards. So I strongly recommend live streaming. Viper loves live streaming. I love live streaming. We're all here because we love live streaming, right? But there has to be some effort involved. So going live for the sake of going live, cool. But if you want to build on it, and if you want to take advantage of YouTube's algorithm, then for your live stream, because it can work. As somebody who's getting hundreds of thousands of views a month on live stream replays, you have to go into it with a game plan. So just to be clear, and I think we'll be having more advice around that coming soon. But go into it with a game plan is the biggest thing that I can tell you.
Yeah, and then when you're live in that moment, your followers that you do have will get your content more often than not on the front page, where it's pushing us our own live stream right now as we're in it. So it's nice, big, bright red live right here. And this is like the extra push you get from YouTube while you're live.
Yeah,
that's what
you can check. Like. You can see my channel. You can go to the live tab and see what I mean by thumbnails and titles specific to live streams. And it's because, what's up?
Why can't I spell this?
Come on, Dan.
Wait a minute.
Get it together, Dan.
5.
Right. But so scroll down past some of these, but you'll start seeing where it gets into very specific thumbnail title. Like you wouldn't know that these were live streams for the most part unless you were actually there, because some of them are 34 minutes or 26 minutes or because they've been chopped down. But this is what I mean about going into it with a game plan, because before I go live, I've got a script. I've got a title, I've got a thumbnail. I know exactly what I'm talking about. I have all my notes, all my research, everything is done. So this is what I mean. And even if I had no audience, I would be putting this type of effort into it to start yourself off on the right foot.
Yeah. So these are being discovered after the fact. And that all comes down to that preparation. So yeah, you could absolutely stream even if you have a bunch of subscribers, because it can grow your channel. Got to go with a plan. 100%. We're going to get back to your super soon. What? Sorry?
Oh, before we go, somebody's asking an age-old question in chat I want to address real quick. Somebody asked in chat, is it safe to use vidIQ? So I started working in vidIQ in 2021, but I've been using vidIQ since 2018. So yes, vidIQ is safe to use. We don't access anything that you don't. Here's the thing, you all. vidIQ does not have access to anything that you don't give up permission to access, okay? And the only thing that we have permission to access, or the only thing that we ask for actually, is your channel analytics. That's all we really ask access to. But you have to grant a vidIQ extension permission to access your YouTube channel. So we have nothing, we can access nothing that you all don't allow us to access. So yes, vidIQ is safe in that regard. Yes.
Yeah. And I'm just like Viper. I was a paying customer of vidIQ since 2017. I didn't get hired until 2020. But still, I've never had any issues surrounding the tool as far as, security or anything like that. It's been perfectly fine. And I know it sounds biased coming from employees, right, but the fact that we were paying customers prior, that has to lend some credibility as well.
And the fact that we wouldn't be around if we were.
I mean, kind of obvious, right?
Like, yeah, that is true. YouTube would have just traded. Yeah, they would have nicked us a long time ago.
Yeah, we depend on having a solid relationship with YouTube. So yeah, we can't really mess around. So let's get back into checking out your channels. We're going to check out a gaming channel next on the gaming forum, which is almost at 500 responses now. And it's going to be number 25. Look at that. Someone who submitted way earlier in the process. Number 25. And it is somebody's name who, again, I'm probably not going to be able to pronounce. I will do them the favor of not trying. They are playing Minecraft, it would seem. And this is a really good example of kind of the opposite of what we've seen from Minecraft channels today. So earlier I said we need to conquer Let's Play-itis. It's when you basically just turn on the camera and record Minecraft. You don't prep. You don't think about what your video is actually going to be about. This channel is putting in a lot of the work, though. Top 10 tips to survive in hardcore Minecraft. I let AI control my hardcore Minecraft world. I survived 3,000 days in hardcore Minecraft. I transformed the end in hardcore Minecraft. So all of these very clear to understand concepts in a very popular game. Some of these videos getting thousands of views as well. So they're doing the work here to stand out in, again, a very, very, very crowded space. I mean, props.
Dan.
It's hard for me to give them a whole lot of critique here. They're doing such a good job.
Dan, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Just a quick glance at the thumbnail. What is the first thing you notice
Minecraft.
besides Minecraft?
Minecraft. What do you want me to say?
The lack of text in the thumbnails. That's
Oh
what I
yeah,
noticed.
I like the really clean text for sure.
Yes. Again, you all, simple is king here. Simplistic. Keep it simple.
Yep. 3,000 days. AI. How to survive. The hard.
Less is more.
Yep. The hard mode or the hardcore heart. Yeah. This is a really strong channel. I think the only thing I'd say is keep at it. If you're gonna play Skyfall SMP, which I assume is a server with other creators and things like that, there's a lot of these around. The fact that you did like an episode 1, kind of starting like an episodic series, I do worry for your future episodes. You will find that episode 2 will not get as many views as episode 1, and so on. So I challenge you to make episode 2 not labeled episode 2. What is episode 2 about? That is my challenge to you when you finally do make episode 2 of the series. You're going to go in with a plan, okay? You're going to get on that server and you are going to have a plan as to what you're trying to achieve, a goal. That is the focus of your title and your thumbnail. It is not episode 2. Episode 2 is irrelevant. It doesn't matter if they've seen the first episode or not. I challenge you to ditch the episode number. And I think you can end up getting more views on episode 2 than episode 1. That's what we want. We want to see growth.
I'm laughing, but I want to go back to what Dan just said. I asked Dan, what does he see in the thumbnails? And the first thing he said is Minecraft. And I'm laughing at it, but that's what you want. That's literally what you want. You want somebody to look at your thumbnails and immediately know what's going on. So when Dan says Minecraft, I'm laughing because I'm trying to get him to look at something else. But in reality, as a creator, you want Dan to look at these thumbnails and say Minecraft. So
Minecraft.
That's what we're trying to do, you all. That's what we're trying to teach you all. That's what it's about.
That's the video game I know.
There you go.
But more importantly, I want to know what the heck is going to happen in the video. And that's not what this, I'm not learning that in this. It's good. Listen, it's good that you said you joined Skyfall SMP because this is a searchable thing. Episode 2 is not a thing you ever label for the next episode. You did your episode 1. We know where the series starts. No episode 2. It's just the next video on the server. And it's about what? That's my challenge for you and anyone doing episodic content.
Yeah, it'll help with creating that curiosity as well.
Yeah. Your description is a great place to put that episode number if you want it towards the top of your description. By the way, this is episode 2 on the Skyfall SMP server. Okay. Fantastic channel. Really strong start. 500 subscribers. They're also utilizing live streams. Please use custom thumbnails. Please use stronger titles in your live streams because these two can stand out. Stream 3 from Skyfall SMP. Go into stream 3 with a goal. Same as the videos. Go in with a goal, even if you can't achieve it, right? Just try. Like, make your stream about achieving. You're in the nether, so maybe it was about going to the nether. Maybe it was about finding something in the nether. Like, make it about more than just episode 3. Like, no, get rid of episode numbers. Your live streams will get more views. But I love that you're using all 3 different channels on your channel. Shorts, videos, live streams. All of this stuff is going to help you grow. Look at the views on these shorts. This is incredible.
Yep, just don't be a lazy streamer, man. Don't be a lazy streamer.
Yeah. That's the next shirt, Jeff.
Don't be a lazy streamer.
Don't be a lazy streamer.
That's right.
Right across the chest.
That's right. And simplicity is king.
I want it on pillows. Yes, simplicity is king and don't be a lazy streamer on my couch as pillows. That's what I want. All right. They're going to become set pieces, so I'll never get to use them. It'll just be right here. Next channel. What are we at with the
That Clobbered is hungry.
Yeah, starving. Well, luckily there's even more to eat now.
I know Tish has been looking after Clobbered when we're not streaming, so
doing a great job then.
Yep.
Wait, this is
thanks, Tish.
Wait a minute. Wait.
Oh, Dan, confused.
Minecraft animation. Okay, so that's probably not a gaming channel. Let's see what that looks like. An animation channel that happens to be around Minecraft. This looks to me like a Minecraft animation channel because this is not how the game normally looks. My goodness. All right, Jeff, it's your turn.
All right, here we go. So you said this is Minecraft animation, so not Minecraft gameplay. Is that what's going on here?
They've taken popular characters from Minecraft and they've done 3D animated videos.
Interesting. All right.
Yeah.
View counts. Well, I mean, how long have they been doing this for? Because we got 11 days ago, 13 days ago. Huh. Interesting. That's like they started a while back. I'm just trying to get a feel for the cadence because it seems like it's like maybe they skipped a few years, but they came back in the last year and a half or so. Okay. Babalu, Cube, and Pete. Okay. All right. Maybe a couple times a month. What do you think?
Yeah, which would be a pretty extreme pace, even though they're just kind of shorter.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? Like, I'm glad I'm seeing what I'm seeing here because I was going to suggest for this channel to cover characters, mobs, you know, that are going to be in future updates. And they did that, and they got over 100,000 views. The Story of Sniffer, Meet the Tough Golem. Like, these were the community was voting on which mob they were going to add to Minecraft. And this 3 months ago was probably about the time that was happening. So this is your strategy. This is these moments are where you get your new viewers. And then if you keep uploading, you know, hopefully people are watching because they remember you from these awesome videos.
So as I'm looking at this channel, Dan and Jeff, let me know what you think about this. These videos are very short. Would this creator maybe have a little bit more success if they attempt a YouTube short?
Well, let's see. They've done 2. They've gotten, you know, a couple thousand views. Not terrible. I would like to see more shorts. Honestly, I don't know if you do the same video, one widescreen, one short. I don't know if you do like you model all the characters, so I don't know if you like put them in different situations. When you release a long form video, you have a similar but different short that goes out at the same time.
I'm just looking at this because I'm like, if you're doing that well with the horizontal videos, I think this could potentially make for killer short.
Oh, absolutely. I totally agree. It feels like a missed opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah. I just want to see parkour hack competition. What's the sound like? Very animated sound. It was loud though. Yeah, the like storytelling being implemented here. A lot of work to make stuff like this. Keep going. This is a tough one because it's a matter of like keep going. You have incredible thumbnails. You are trying to touch on very popular like characters and things people recognize about Minecraft. It's just it's a tough place to be because these videos are very hard to make. And, you know, people might not get it right away. So keep playing with different titles and thumbnails, but ultimately also tell the story of different mobs. Like talk about the updates. Never miss an update cycle for Minecraft. That is going to be huge for your channel's growth. But then another thing I'm seeing too, I was about to move on, but not like something else has just occurred to me. Even if there's not a new update with a new mob, what if you did videos about popular mobs and their stories, even if there's not an update? Like just pick like, you know, something else that people recognize from the game and tell that story too. Maybe some of your titles and stuff feel a little bit convoluted, you know, like if the glow squid kraken was added in Minecraft, like that's not a thing that would probably ever be added to Minecraft. So what if instead I made a glowstone kraken in Minecraft? Or I made a kraken. Doesn't really matter what it's made out of. Glowstone, you know, dead fish, doesn't matter. Like you made this thing. Simpler titles could be of use too. I'm trying to help, but like ultimately, yeah, this is just a very tough space to be in.
Yeah, but even then, I think you hit the nail on the head as far as the fact that they're very deeply tied in to this community. So they have a very intimate knowledge of what the community wants to see. Lean on that. Lean on the stuff that you know that is popular in that community, and then make the videos about it. And I agree with Dan, kind of simplifying that, like instead of if the glow squid kraken was added in Minecraft, you know, just I made the kraken. You know, something much more simple to understand, quicker to absorb, can definitely work in your favor. But it's good stuff here, man.
I said glow stone. It's the glow squid. I got confused. I think we're getting to that point in the day for me.
it's all good.
Reading comprehension has plummeted. All right, cool. So best of luck to you. Keep hitting those updates and keep testing Always keep testing. Next channel is going to be I guess a gaming channel. It was confusing, but I guess it is going to be a gaming channel. And we're going to pick number 45. Wow, the Claw is being very generous to people who submitted early. Very kind of the Claw today.
Yeah, Tish must have given Clawbert some extra treats or something.
All right, another Minecraft channel. I don't know if we've seen a gaming channel. We've seen like 1 or 2 gaming channels that weren't Minecraft today. Most of them are Minecraft. So my first bit of advice for this channel and any Minecraft channel is that Minecraft is extremely competitive. The barrier to entry is very low, meaning a lot of people can make Minecraft content. So how can you stand out? Is this creator doing enough to stand out? I'm not necessarily seeing that. 6 months ago, they tried some things. And then about a month or so ago, they came back and, you know, started up again.
You know what, Dan?
Yes.
When I asked you what you thought of the thumbnails on the last channel, you said Minecraft. I am not getting that vibe here.
Yeah, I think these 4 are Minecraft, and I think this one's Minecraft. But yeah, like I traveled 1,248 miles for this face reveal. So I don't know. This feels like a lot of effort. The whole video. And are you revealing your face? And if so, like I don't know. Is your channel large enough to where enough of your audience is going to care that you did that? That's kind of like what I'm asking. It's more of a community driven video.
I don't know if he's talking about his face. He might be talking about someone else's face reveal.
Yeah, maybe they traveled to see somebody's face reveal, but that's also not clear.
Right.
That's the thing.
Yeah. I think like outlier video on this particular channel as well.
Mm-hmm. In their form, they said that they do tutorials and modding. So Minecraft tutorials and modding, I assume. And one video here is true to that, right? Cinematic camera for Minecraft Bedrock. That's, hey, look, you almost got 10,000 views on that. Like you set out with a goal in mind and you achieved it. You got success there. You helped people with something they wanted help with. But you're kind of flip-flopping back and forth now. Sometimes it's content just about you or something you did, and sometimes it's Minecraft again. Pick a side. There's two different things happening between these 2 videos. These are for different audiences, in my opinion. So are you a Minecraft channel that does tutorials? Or are you a vlog channel that tells stories? That's what I'm seeing here. How to record your own music discs in Minecraft Bedrock. Like that's also a very interesting concept. The title and the thumbnail, I think this is a video that could take off in the future. It's only 2 days old. I want to see more of this. This is what I want to see. Hard to go on from there, guys. I don't know if you guys have anything to add, but not a ton of content here.
Yeah, they just need to focus on what they want to do. And obviously, we don't know what we don't know, and they might just not be aware that putting random videos like this on a channel is supposed to be about gaming, or gaming videos on a channel is supposed to be about vlogging. It just kind of doesn't work. And channels are free to make. So if you have to do both types of content, put them on their own channels.
Yeah. All right. We have a bunch of supers piling up here. So we want to make sure we get to these if we can. Do you think Minecraft and City Skylines are better posted on one or separate channels? I'm also been taking notes, but I watched these at work. Thank you, Joe P. Cool, for the super, taking notes. Yes, I think. But I want you to just focus on one channel. I don't know about you guys, but yeah, those are 2 different games, 2 different audiences, probably 2 very different audiences.
I would say
like both. Yeah.
Some people will play both, but I agree that they should be on their own channels for sure. And obviously, focusing on one is going to help you. You don't want to half-ass 2 things. You want to whole-ass one thing. So focus on the one that you feel more comfortable in, the one that's more working better for you, if anything. Not saying you can't play both, but just like I told the other channel before, what goes on the channel should only be the one. And if you have to do both, separate channels.
Yep. Yeah, I really want you to focus on one channel, though. That's what I want. I want you to pick your favorite, test out both. Why didn't you do this? Test out both. Like, if you have some ideas, make the City Skylines ones, make the Minecraft ones, put them out there on the same day. And which one did you enjoy doing more? And which one was more successful for you? and try and make your decision that way. But I really think for anyone thinking about multiple channels because you want to talk about multiple things, like just pick your favorite thing. You know, Sean said something great. I think the last time we had him on a stream, like if you try and catch 10 rabbits, you're probably not going to catch any of them. You know, and I couldn't agree more. It's really, really intense making YouTube content. So splitting your focus is going to be, I think, detrimental to your growth. All right. Hello. I started a gaming channel that focuses on gameplay with no commentary. Do you have any advice that you can give me? Thanks for your time.
That's hard. That's hard.
Tough.
Yeah.
That's hard. Again, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. The name of the platform is YouTube. It's called YouTube, which means people come to the platform to see different personalities on video. So when you have a gameplay with no commentary, my question is, how do you imbue your personality into that content? And I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying, how are you going to go about doing that? Because you have to be able to do that if you want to grow that channel. Anybody can go anywhere and get gameplay with no commentary. But again, as I say all the time on these live streams, why should I watch your gameplay with no commentary? And that's the question that you, creator, need to answer. If you're not going to commentate over the gameplay, why should anybody watch your content?
Thank you.
The no commentary gameplay I've seen that works is when it's for a very, very specific thing. So speed builds, for example, if you play a game where you build something, like you can do a speed build and you can get away with having just a couple little blurbs of text pop up once in a while and some music. I've actually seen a lot of success with people doing that. But when I see no commentary gameplay channel, I'm imagining the one I've seen the most of, which is I'm going to turn on the game, press record, go in with no plan or anything. I'm just going to silently play it. And you don't have anything going on, right? Like, no one's going to watch that. Commentary then would be our advice. But it depends on what your plan is. It depends on the kind of channel you're trying to create. So just that there's a little caveat there. But I make for myself, when I'm not recording, no commentary gameplay all the time. I play games and I don't talk to myself. So anyone could just do that for themselves. You know, what makes it unique? Like, why should someone come to YouTube for that instead of just play the game themselves? We upload to YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Should you upload them on the same day or a few days apart? We share the YouTube link on Facebook first, then upload to Facebook a few days later.
I wouldn't be, well, I guess, I don't think it really matters because these are different platforms, right? They're not really integrated, like they're not really tied into each other in that way. And Facebook has been known to suppress external links or links that are linking outside of Facebook. So if anything, like I stopped doing that. I stopped posting links to my videos on Facebook because they literally got no traction. But when I started uploading my videos natively to YouTube as their own videos, they actually started performing far better. So that's how I would probably proceed. Whether they need to be days apart, I don't think that really matters, to be completely honest. I think you can upload them on the same day because people that are watching on Facebook, they're watching on Facebook.
Yeah,
they're not going to leave the platform just because you're telling them to go to YouTube. So if you want to have people on Facebook seeing your content, meet them where they are. Upload the content to that platform. If you want Facebook people to watch it, upload it on Facebook. Don't post a link to your YouTube and pulling them off platform. People aren't going to do that.
The other thing is that if you post a link on Facebook is going to bury it. Any site that you post a link to that's not that site, they're going to bury that link.
Yeah, they don't like when you pull people away from their website for some reason.
No.
Do you guys have any information about the audio tracks and when they're going to be available for all creators, not only Mr. Beast? We do not.
No. They're beta testing that for sure. And hopefully it'll start rolling out soon. But just like anything else on Facebook, every feature, it'll hit YouTube, their top tier creators first and then slowly start trickling down in groups to other people. So that happens. Just like we saw recently where some channels are seeing when they upload a video, how long it takes to process. Like they're giving you an actual bar saying, hey, 1080p processing or HD processing and then 4K processing. Like you're getting that now, but not everybody has that. Right. So it just kind of rolls out little by little. So hopefully that'll be coming to more of us soon because I agree that'd be an awesome feature for it to be ubiquitous across YouTube, for all of us to be able to do that and provide more accessibility for our content to be more internationally seen.
Yeah. If we did have information on it, we probably wouldn't be allowed to tell you. That's the other
true.
part of it too.
That's true too.
That's very true.
Hey, it's Rebecca.
Rebecca asks, what do you suggest for thumbnails for those of us who live stream a lot? Since every live stream needs a thumbnail, should every thumbnail be different?
Yes. Yeah. No, I 100%. So this ties into having a game plan before you go live, right? Same thing applies when you're making a video. There are things that you should be doing before you turn on your camera to record. There's things you should be doing before you turn on your camera to do a live stream. What are you going to talk about? Does anybody care about what you're going to talk about, right? That you have to have that first. That's your topic. And then you start thinking about the title, right? And then you start thinking about your thumbnail. You need to have those three things in place before you turn on your camera to record a video and before you decide to go live. Those are the three things you need to do. So that's really what I would want you to focus on. Every thumbnail should be different if the video topics are different. So, because otherwise, if every thumbnail is the same, why would I want to click this one if I've already seen this thumbnail pop up? I've already watched it, or at least in my mind, I'm thinking, oh yeah, I already watched that. Why would I need to do this? Right? So that's something that I hope people do. I'm not a fan of lazy streaming in that sense. But I hope that can help you. If you have any further questions about that, always feel free to hit us up. But yeah, you definitely want to put in that work before you go live or before you record a video.
We got a similar question here. What does YouTube look at the most when it comes to pushing out a live stream? I had a massive push the other week and got like 600 new subs from one stream. How does YouTube live stream algorithm work?
Ooh, this is a good question. I don't know if YouTube is pushing out a live stream just to be pushing out. Now, what I will say is that when there's like popular events going on, like for tech, like next week, Samsung's having a keynote to unveil the new phones. If you're live streaming, when that's happening, YouTube is going to push it out because that is literally going on in real time. So in instances like that, YouTube pushes it out. Like when I do my pre-order live stream for the iPhone, when they go on pre-order, YouTube loves pushing those out as it gets closer to the time for the pre-order to go live. All of a sudden, I see like an influx of hundreds of people in my live stream when that happens. So it really just depends on timing. I don't think they push out live streams just to push them out. I think it really depends on what you're live streaming about and what's happening around the time that you're live streaming as to whether or not it gets pushed out.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, exactly. That's why if I do a live stream, like let's say my last live stream, right, was just a live Q&A. So that's all the thumbnail was, just live Q&A, because that's all I was doing. It was a community stream just to answer questions around headphones, earbuds, or what's going on with me as a creator. And I noticed that the viewership for that is actually quite low. I'll get like maybe 80 to like 100 concurrents, something like that. But if I focus on a topic, let's say I have a script for the stream, it's a new set of headphones that's about to drop or that just dropped. So my thumbnail shows the headphones. My title reflects that, so it's searchable. And there's already trending. It's already kind of a trending topic because it's a new product that just came out. So there are people searching for it on Google. That's going to get pushed heavier. So when I do a stream about that with that game plan in place, I'm usually seeing something between 200 and 300 concurrent on that type of a stream. So it really depends on what the stream is about and making sure that metadata, thumbnail, and all that stuff is in place so that it can get pushed out a little bit further. But the key here is it doesn't really matter about while you're live, the replay value. So some of my streams that have gotten massive replay, like over 100,000 views on replay, have pushed so many subscribers to the channel. And it's because it's topics that people care about watching.
The other thing too is if people look at your title and thumbnail and they feel like it's something that they really should be there live for, they're going to miss an opportunity. That will also get people in there. I just kind of peeked at the channel in the background. They're doing a lot of giveaways during live streams. And I think that's part of the reason that you're seeing so many subscribers and so much influx, because people feel like if they don't watch during that giveaway, it's going to go away and they won't have a chance to win. Careful growing your channel with giveaways, by the way. You kind of just build an audience of people who are just kind of expecting handouts all the time and they're not really there for your content. So be very careful with giveaways. They're doing a lot of stuff in their channel. We're not going to audit the channel based on Super Chat, but
yeah, giveaways are, you have to really be careful about that because you can really, it seems like the easy thing to do if we're solely focused on increasing that sub number, but that's also the mindset thing about getting yourself away from, oh my God, I need more subs, to, hey, how do I make content that's going to get me more views, right? So I'd be very careful with giveaways. And this is somebody who I recently actually just did a giveaway, didn't announce it, not in the thumbnail, not in the title, not in the video description. And I did it live for the people that were there. And then once that live stream was done, I went into the YouTube editor and I chopped that entire section out of the video because I don't want there ever to be a precedent on my channel or an expectation on my channel that I'm going to be giving you stuff for free. I did that for the people that always show up to my live streams. And thankfully, the winners that won were people who've been supporting me for years. But you have to be careful with giveaways because it does set an expectation that can lead to dead subs on your channel.
We got Temptation with a super. Thank you so much. Faber Farming says, I do live streams and time-lapse videos, and the time-lapses don't do well, I think is what they're saying. Would it be better to start doing voiceover videos or do the time-lapse? Probably, they're probably not doing super well because is there anything, what's the reason to watch? You know, like, I wouldn't voice over a time-lapse per se.
Why not?
It should, well, because it should be about the beauty. Like if they're on a farm, I'm imagining a beautiful like sunrise or something. That could just be to some music, I guess. It depends on the context, right? Like what is the time lapse? Is it like a 20-minute long time lapse, like of something happening? Then maybe it needs some more content. But if it's like a 1 minute long like thing with some cool music, it just depends, right? Like we don't have the channel in front of us, so it's now I'm like thinking about all the videos I've seen that are time lapses versus voiced over videos and what I would expect of all those different types of content.
Okay. The other answer to this is pretty simple to me. Every time you upload a piece of content to YouTube, as creators, we need to be intentional about what we're putting out there. You got to have intention in what you're doing. And it comes back to what I always ask you all. Why should someone watch this content? Why are you making this particular content as a creator? You have to be intentional, because if you're intentional about it, then that helps you figure out why someone should want to watch your content. Because again, we are competing against millions of other creators on this very platform. So competition is heavy and stiff. So you got to have a way to differentiate your content from the millions of other creators that are on the platform. So it comes back to what I keep saying. Why should someone watch your video out of the hundreds of other choices that they have? Why yours? And you need to be able to answer this as a creator, because if you can't answer it, then you can't expect somebody to click on it. So just think about it.
When is the right time to start Patreon? I saw your post earlier and have 210 subscribers. Just for anyone who doesn't know, I've been experimenting with quizzes on the community tab. And so today's true or false was, you must be in the YouTube Partner Program to start earning money with a YouTube channel. The answer is false, because you can start earning money with affiliate links. You can leverage services like Patreon. You could even attract brand sponsorships before monetization, believe it or not. So in terms of the right time to use Patreon, there's no right time. There's no like benchmark there. It's, do you feel like you have a solid community, and do you have something to offer them? Is there a reason they should join your Patreon? Then it's the right time. But if you can't think of a reason for them to join other than, well, I want money, probably not a good place to start.
Yeah. You have to be able to provide value for that monetary exchange. That's what it comes down to. If you can't think of ways that you can provide value to that person who's going to support you monetarily, then you shouldn't start it until you can answer that question honestly. Like, what can I give you? That's actually why I shut down my own Patreon, because I started it early and then realized that I was not delivering on that. So I had to shut it down because I could not put more time and effort into that when I wasn't delivering on my promise. So if you can't deliver, then don't do it.
Jackie sent us a super sticker. Thank you. My shorts get 1K plus views, but the main videos only get 5 to 20. How can I get the shorts viewers to watch the main stuff? First thing is, it helps to make long form videos that are very similar to the short form videos. They would cater to the same exact audience. If you watch the shorts, you would like the longs. It's still going to be tough, because keep in mind, people who chronically watch shorts probably don't spend too much time on the rest of the YouTube app. They like shorts. So it's okay to have a channel, especially because monetization is coming to shorts now soon. It's okay to have a channel that is really strong in shorts and not as strong in long form. But the other trick would be to just keep uploading long form. Treat it like two different channels, in the sense that there could be some crossover. So you want it to be similar content, but you make long form videos for long form video viewers. You make short form videos for short form video viewers, and you let them just kind of build each other up. That's how I would look at it.
Yep. Agreed.
And then another super chat we got here. Is it a good idea to mix digital and traditional art in one channel? Digital and traditional art. So some of the art is like hand drawn, and some of it's like drawn on some kind of program. What do you
Feels
guys
like
think?
two different viewers for me.
I think if they're related, then yeah, you should be able to mix them. If it's the same type of art, you're just doing it in a different format. Yeah, I think you can mix it. I don't think that deserves two channels, but that's just me.
I would say if you're doing drawing by hand and then you're doing stuff with like AI art, like that would be two different things for sure. Like that's way too different. But yeah, if you're like an artist that has a similar style, but you're just using, sometimes it's your tablet, sometimes it's pen and paper, I'm gonna see why not. I wouldn't overthink it too much. Do you feel like that audience would also like the other thing you're going to do? Just always think about that viewer. We're going to bust through these real quick. My channel's focused on music, sub/lyric, and I have a solid format video because I'm trying to make a solid fan base, but I can't get many views. Any help?
You have to make your content relate to a popular artist. So, hey, who's doing big things in music right now? I don't really keep up with music that much anymore. Hefe,
I don't either.
Who's doing big things, Hefe?
No, I mean, but no, that makes perfect sense. It doesn't have to be anyone in particular based on what we know. It's around the kind of content that you're making, right? Because if they're using music subs and stuff like that, you need to be keeping up with trending music. You need to stay on top of that as a creator. You can't depend on other people to give you that, right? So that's what you have to stay on top of. What's hot and popping right now on the charts? What's new and trending on the charts? That's where you need to start doing your own research and start building it that way. Whether you're going to get a solid fan base out of that, I don't know. But at the very first thing you have to start in is working on videos around music that is popular, that already has a wave of traffic going towards it. And hopefully your stuff is cool enough that it'll start bringing people in.
Any more super chats? We may not be able to get to them because we are at time, but real quick, I have my channel for my game studio, but my studio changed its name and will lose. And I lose by updating the name of the channel and logo. If so, wait, okay. So if you're asking, can you change the name of your channel and can you change your logo?
Yes.
Especially if they only have 88 subs. I would say absolutely.
You don't have enough stuff for it to matter. So go ahead and change it.
Yeah.
Even if you did, it wouldn't. You can do it still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. That could be it.
Well,
go ahead,
do
Dan.
you have to go?
No. I was going to do something. No, go ahead. You're good.
Okay. I'm located in Canada's YouTube show my videos based on location. For example, YouTube recommends my videos to Canadians more than US. That's a really good question. I don't
think it works like that, Dan.
I don't think it works like that, but it's an interesting concept because I don't often get recommended videos from other countries.
I don't either.
Then again, I could be watching 10 Canadian creators, and if they, like they didn't have any kind of accent or anything like that, I wouldn't know. Like if the Canadian flag isn't behind them, how am I supposed to know?
Yeah.
As far as I know, YouTube puts out videos. What they try to do is if I'm watching a particular type of video, they're going to put similar video to the video that I just watched. So in that regard, I don't think it matters where the video emanated from. If it's a similar video to the one I already watched, they're going to push that next video out. So that's how it works as far as I know.
Yeah. I mean, if I spoke Spanish and I was watching a lot of videos of Spanish-speaking creators, I would start to see videos that came out of other countries, I'm sure, where Spanish was the primary language.
Yeah. I think it's based on the viewer specifically.
Yeah.
Is more than anything else. We have to remember that. So
Correct. So before we get out of here, you all, I just want to take a moment to thank you all for being here. Every week we do these live streams on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and you all show up, you show out, you support each other, you support us, and I want to thank you. Hefe and Dan, we would not be here if it weren't for all of you all in the community constantly supporting us each and every week. You watch the videos on YouTube, you comment, you watch the live streams, you interact on social media. So I just want to sincerely thank you all from the bottom of my heart for always supporting us in everything that we do here at vidIQ. vidIQ would not be vidIQ without you all in the community. So I want to thank you all sincerely. We are looking to have an amazing 2023, and we are happy to have you all along for the ride. So once again, thank you guys for showing up and showing out. Love interacting with you guys each and every day. I am blessed to be able to be in a position to interact with you all. I know Jeff and Dan feel the same way. So thank you guys for being here. Just amazing just interacting with you all each and every week.
Absolutely. We will see you tomorrow for video reviews, start at 2 p.m. Eastern, same time this live stream started. So, yeah, we'll catch you then.